Hello, for this problem we're going to solve for volume of a cylinder and we're going to use 3.14 for pi and then we'll round at the end if necessary. So the first thing I want you to notice is the volume formula for a prism and a cylinder are actually the same. That capital B means area of the base. So if you notice, my bases are actually circles. Not sure how well you can see my shading. Could probably switch colors. Now they're both parallel and they're both congruent. So what I need is the formula for area of a circle to replace with that capital B, which means area of the base. Now, we're given 9, which goes from the edge of the circle through the center to the other side, which is actually the diameter. And so if you recall your memory, we don't use diameter to find area of a circle. We actually use the radius. So what I'm going to first do is label the radius as 4.5. All right, now I'm going to go and start solving. And so the formula is volume equals area of the base times height. I'm going to replace that capital B with pi r squared just for the simple fact that that's what I'm going to need to solve for that area of the circle. And then I'll start plugging in now. So I'm using 3.14 for pi. And then the radius is 4.5. And then the height is 21. Now, because 8th grade and on, we're allowed to use a calculator, I'm going to split my screen and I'm going to pull up my calculator app. Okay, so I'm kind of old school when it still comes to using the calculator, so I like to plug in numbers not all at once. So 4.5 times 4.5. I know I can square it, but I've taught long enough to know that a lot of times kids make mistakes just by entering it wrong. So I want my students to take their time. So when I square 4.5, I get 20.25. I'm going to bring down the other values. And I'm only going to multiply the first two and get that answer. And that's going to give me 63.585. And then I'm going to multiply that with 21. You don't have to do it this way. As long as your answer and mine, we both come out the same and we're both right. It's irrelevant how we got there. So the volume of this cylinder will be 1,335.285. But remember, we're supposed to be rounding. So that tenths place I just underlined, which is 2, and I look to the number to the right, which happens to be 5 or more. So if it's 5 or more, then you round up. So your actual final answer is 1,335.3 centimeters cubed. And the reason I used cube is because it is volume and it's 3-dimensional. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.